stuff and getting rid of.
Awesome. Good morning. Good morning. 8 o'clock Sunday, October 20th for today's Zoom. Got to get me some hair like Justin. I think all I could grow out, Justin, is I've got a patch right here on the front of my head that can grow. It's seriously gross, so I would have to grow like a unicorn color.
Pink.
I started to grow it out again before our event again. It just didn't grow out quite enough before we were going to start taking pictures, so I shaved it off again. It needs a couple months to grow out. Okay, so what do we got going on today? Justin, man, I've been so worried about you, brother.
Oh gosh, you mean like with the hurricane?
No, just in business in general, man. I just feel like there's something missing in your business that I have been racking my head to try to figure out of what it's going to take to grow that bad boy.
I know, every day, really, I'm doing the same thing. It's weird because I have these wins. Like TikTok is taken off, but it's still the same thing. It's still me, just me. You know what I mean? Like working this job, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's very it's a daunting feeling because I'm like, if something, I always think about that. If there's, so the one thing I did do this week is I did hire somebody to help with, like, at least would be a website, something where somebody else could take over and have income if something happened to me. You know what I mean? Because if there's no live feeds, there's no sales generated, there's no revenue. So it's been very frustrating. But I did hire the person who does the graphic design. I'm just paying her monthly. I'm like, I still have to do the pictures but I honestly don't have the time to upload them and do all that. So she's going to do all that for me, which is good. But
when I just think about things from a business perspective, Justin, I always start with how big is the opportunity. So in the crystal space, in what you sell, are there any bigger companies? Like, what are some of the bigger companies doing? How did they, and I'm talking, $3, $4, $5 million. Like, are there any in the crystals business that are doing that kind of revenue?
there's a couple people that I see online, and it seems like what they're doing is they're pushing everything to a website. So they seem to do a few live feeds here and there, and then they push all this traffic to a website is what they're doing.
Do you know, it would surprise me to think that somebody doing millions of dollars would be doing their lead generation from live streams.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands,
one.
maybe. Which one do you think would be doing millions?
I know. Oh gosh, what is her name? There are people on Instagram, so I find these people on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, good, cool. They're doing the same thing as me, and they're making $1 bazillion. It's I can't remember her name. I'll try to find it and see but I can't remember what it was. I think it's Rockin' Mineral. She's out of Ohio, I think, but
Rockets?
Rockin' Minerals, I think is her name. But I just see, I see her laying back. She's always like, she works a lot, but she's also on vacation a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's what I want.
You think this is her?
Let me see. Wait, oh, it's a wrong screen, I think.
Yeah, Sean, we just see your teams or whatever's up.
That better?
Yeah.
Is it this company here?
Oh, okay. Wait, that's a different company, but I also know who they are too. They do most of their streams. Again, they're doing live feeds on TikTok and Facebook, so I don't know much about but they are, oh, that's a family-owned business. Yes, they're I know who that is. His name's John, I think.
Is it this one?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's them. Yes, that's them.
See, they don't even have a website in in their TikTok.
They must generate everything from the streams too.
So that can't be doing more than a couple 100,000 at most. So what we got to try to find, Justin, is you've got to try to find a company in which you can emulate. If you just keep, because if you keep doing the same thing over and over, right, expecting different results, that's a definition of insanity. And I
Yeah,
feel like sometimes you get this little feeling of insanity of what in the world's going on. And you're pushing, doing the same stuff. And I just can't imagine with how good you are on screen and all the, and I'm sure you have good products. I just don't think that there's opportunity with that and at least additional opportunity. So there's got to be something that you shake up and do differently that's going to get different results.
I certainly, that's part of what I've been dealing with lately. Part of the like everything, the blood, sweat, tears, hours that I've built in this company. I don't think it's something that is scalable. I don't think that it's something that I think I could continue doing this forever. You know what I mean? Feeds, making 200K a year, no big deal. But in order to grow, I think something different has to happen too, like you said. And it's scary, to think that I might have to. And that's why I've been branching out with like candles, teas, coffee, all these other brands to see like I could never concentrate on one. I mean, maybe, but I'm just testing out all these
That's
other.
some, and that's something to think about. If somebody's into crystals, are they into candles? If they're into candles, could you get into candle making and let people watch you make candles and people buy the candles? What's going to get you more customers, like a broader customer base that you can sell more ancillary things to? Because we've talked about this, that once somebody buys your crystals, how many crystals do they need to buy?
Yeah, we're
Like
like
what?
phasing out of crystals as soon like I'm trying to get out of so we're bringing in all these lines of stuff which is just more money, more money, more money, and I've got all this inventory. So I'm like what is the key here? It's the hard part
Yeah,
for
I'm
me.
thinking it's gonna be drops. So like all of your customers, do you have in an email database?
Well, that's a thing we were starting to do from the that's pretty much the only thing we're using on the comment sold platform right now is using they do have a built-in like email database, but to be completely honest with you, I don't know if that's going to work out right now. So I that one you brought up a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you gotta get on Klaviyo. If you can start building get on a Klaviyo, get an email database started, start learning about email segmentations and things like that, and drop a email sign up form in your link in bio. Just set up a landing page for people to sign up for your email, and their information goes right into Klaviyo. I mean, you are interacting with, this is one of the things that my coach told me years ago, and I just never did it because I'm just never been trying to build up, the Ask a Millionaire brand to be one of those things. I like mentoring, but I didn't want to turn into being one of these digital marketers. But you interact with so many people that you could have literally 10 plus thousand emails by now. And instead of holding a lot of inventory, you can do drops.
yeah.
You come up with something, you say, I'm getting this limited edition, whatever, and boom, you can drop and sell 500 to 1,000 of them with one email.
Yeah,
That's
I'm trying.
a lot of people do in building up these email lists is they do a drop, man. There's a guy that I was I was gonna be one of his speakers for one of his events. And then I said, hey man, if I come do this for you, would you come, to one of my workshops? And he just said, Sean, he says, I just got to be brutally honest with you. I don't do that kind of stuff. He says, it doesn't matter how
Oh,
much you would pay me. And I said, well, I said, that's awesome. Would you tell me why? I really want to understand. He says, I can drop an email with a product and literally make $100,000 in one day.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have to leave my house. Like, this is a very high level digital marketer. He's like, I can drop an email. I have over 1 million emails. I can drop an email for some digital product or something and make 100 grand in one day.
Wow.
He says, so I just don't do that stuff. He says, I just like doing what I'm doing. And so there is so much power in building your audience like that, that you do. So that's something to think about. Definitely getting an email list. But there's something not right about your business model, Justin, that you're very talented, you're very persistent, you're organized, you do the things that need to be done to just try to get things going in what you're doing. If it's not seeing success scaling, it's not you, it's your business. I can just tell you that right now. It's not you. If you ever question, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. You're just on the wrong horse.
I feel that. Thank you. Yeah, I feel definitely. That's hard. That's a rough pill to swallow for this, but you know, it's something that I'm ready for, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you're on a horse that can ride in the weekly carnival show, but you're trying to be in the Kentucky Derby. You're not going to win the Kentucky Derby. You're just on the wrong horse. Has nothing to do with you.
Well,
The
thank
fact
you.
that you've even made as much money doing what you're doing, I'll bet you're one of the top 1% of people making as much money as you're doing what you're doing.
And you know, in the community, everybody's like, "Oh, you're the this and that," and it's like, "Yeah, but we can't seem to get past this hump." You know, it's like this is it, I think, you know, for or maybe, you know, I know there's bigger sellers than me, but you know, it's frustrating. Sorry, my dog's going crazy.
Well, that could be bigger sellers. Just I can't imagine it's going to be that much more. I can't imagine that anybody is making that much more money than you just doing crystals and stuff.
Yeah,
If they're making a lot more money than you, then they're doing something different. They're doing something else. There's just no doubt about it. So that's something really to think about, man, is and you wouldn't have to give up crystals, but the talent that you have and the creativity you have, if you had the right opportunity and right business, I have no doubt you could be doing $1 million.
well, thank you. Just gotta find it, right?
Yeah, yeah. So whether it's in the same market or maybe you just got the wrong product, maybe you need to be doing TikTok live streams with a different product that more people want. It's like these girls that sell these damn water bottles. I mean, it's insane. Like, they have 800 people in their room watching this girl doodle on a water Yeti, and she
Oh, yeah.
drops them, and it makes. My friend knows a girl that does that, and she's now making over $500,000 a year just doing custom art water bottles.
Have you seen the little crispy candy guys that are making hand over fist? They're little crispy pouches. They sell 7 of them for $30, and I just watch them 8 hours. They're on 9 hours a day, I think, from whatever
Yeah,
to whatever.
yeah, because
Just
those are those are consumables, right?
yeah,
And so people are gonna keep buying those and keep buying those. With crystals, they're going to run out of how many damn crystals they need to have, right?
yeah.
So food for thought, but don't give up, man. But you're onto something with your talent. Now you got to match the product and service and opportunity with how good you are at what you do.
Thank you. Yes, definitely food for thought. I'm trying to stay consistent so I have income. You know what I mean? Right now, I
Of
know
course.
that this is something that I need to. It's something's got to change. So I'm just trying to keep the income coming in right now, and then hopefully figure this out before the end of the year. You know?
Yep, of course. Yep. But
Thank.
I would certainly go get an email list started, because you're probably always going to do something around you as the brand and the CEO. The sooner you start just collecting email addresses and getting into the habit of just sending out a weekly email to your
Yeah.
subscribers, even if it's just one subscriber, you just start sending out an email with things from Justin, you'll continue to build that audience.
Cool. Thank you.
Just start on it. All right. Who is next? What's up, Tyler? Long time no see, brother.
How are you?
What's going on in your world?
Nothing. Hanging Christmas lights. We are doing them early this year. We started last weekend. Getting ready for it. We have a couple commercial jobs. We have actually one that we just hired on the town center. We're pretty excited for. Getting ready for that one to install next month. Got two 12-foot trees, and then we're decorating a clock tower. I'm also in the running for a nursery home down the street from me, which will be huge. They're a bunch of nuns. So they have a lot of money, so we're just kind of working with them, trying to see what they want. And then we're just hiring more residential clients. And then after that, we're kind of focusing on Christmas lights right now. Michelle's got a couple sales in the pipeline for her real estate, and just keep on chugging along.
How's your low voltage power stuff going?
It's been put on hold right now. We are looking to hire some people because we can't. I honestly can't. I can't keep up with all the stuff that's going on. Can't be doing it on the weekends, stuff like that. So we're gonna try to hire some people this year, and then kind of train them, do our low voltage next year. Probably going to start that at the beginning of next year.
So you've resolved this winter to just do the same thing you did last winter?
Yeah. Yep.
What happened to growing?
Well, we can at least hire some people. Maybe we train them on low voltage, the landscape lighting. The ground is getting tougher to actually work on, so it'll be more difficult to install the landscape lights than when it is when the ground's like warmer. That's also kind of what's hindering us, but yeah, we'll definitely we're definitely gonna be looking into hiring people. We're onto a payroll system right now. We currently are using Tinsel as our CRM. It's for Christmas lights. We're gonna look into something different next year because it only works well. It kind of works well with Christmas lights. So we're going to look into Go High Level or Jobber as a CRM next year.
Yeah, I would think Jobber would be a good one for you.
Okay. How is Go High Level?
I mean, I like Go High Level, but I think it's better for business to business type sales. It'd probably be okay for you, but I think Jobber is more of a blue collar software for doing estimates and invoices and all that stuff. I think Jobber would be a better solution for you.
Okay. Alrighty. When we're using our CRM, I've seen stuff in the past where it kind of it gives you tasks to do, like how you need to reach out to this person, you haven't contacted them in about a week. We need to reach out to these 5 people. I need something like that just to kind of keep the ball rolling, because with everything else going on, it falls off on the wayside.
Yep. Do you think you're going to be able to quit your job next year?
That's the goal. Yeah. We keep on trying, man. Yep.
Trying.
I said the wrong word, didn't I?
God, I hate that word.
Yeah.
I've never met anybody that tries that ever reaches any level of high level success ever.
Yep.
Ever. Tries. I'm doing my best. My best. That's what The Rock said. The movie The Rock with Sean Connery. He's like, doing your best?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you say. Or what does he no,
Yep.
what did he say? What does he say? He says and he said, winners go home and the prom queen. And then Nicolas Cage says, well, my wife was the prom queen. That's a great movie.
Yep. Yes, it is.
All right, cool, man. Well, keep me posted.
Will do.
All right, who's got anything good this week? Allison, Juan, Salon, Amanda?
I have a question. So I'm going to cultivate a lead source that I have. I'm a sponsor of a real estate investor association for finding clients. And through my sponsorship, I was given 3 opportunities to have a table at their monthly event, which I did at the beginning of the year. And I didn't get one client that way, but I was so new. I think I was just so full of fear around closing. But so what I'm looking at now is utilizing the opportunity to write articles. There's 2 more newsletters going out this month. And remember when you encouraged me to use the vision and the mission of Positive Intelligence for my own business from their website?
Yep.
You know, I had thought that I couldn't use that material because, you know, it was basically copying them. But you helped me to see the sense that it made. So I'm wondering, because I have, as a positive intelligence coach, I have permission to use their intellectual property. Is it wrong for me to go and look at the newsletters that they've sent us over the last months and use some of that material for the article that I'm writing? Because writing is one of my, I would say, weakest skills. And I was just curious what your thoughts were, because, you know, I think about plagiarism and I think about, you know, could I take what they've written and then just change it a bit and put my spin on it to, you know, make this article easy to write? What do you
Yeah,
think?
as long as you don't just copy and paste, you know. Let me try to find an email that I subscribe to that's one of my favorites here. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. What is it called? Might have deleted it. Let me see. I think I get it every Friday. I don't even remember the name of it. It's a lady that does it, and I love the email style that she uses.
And by the way, I've been really lax in posting my Flex Fridays, but I got my first 6-month client last week.
Yeah, you told me. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was pretty exciting.
So this is an email that I get every week, and I love this one. It's more around the economy and things like that. And she basically writes a simple email, and then she takes excerpts that she sees out there in the world. You know, she doesn't post the whole article, and then she says, "This is from Time Magazine. Here's some information that I saw from an Axios report. Here's some information that I got from the Kabisi letter. Here's information on auto loans from this one." And then she'll put a couple little jokes and stuff on there. So you don't have to plagiarize the entire article. You know, there's a million and one ways to do an email newsletter. So you just have to decide what type of format you want your email newsletter to be. Like, I love this kind of newsletter. I don't want to read 50,000 articles, but I don't mind getting the cliff notes of certain things that keep me in the loop with certain. So if you get an email from your company and you want to share your insights and something that you took away from it and just give the blurbs, and then you could always link to the article if it's online, you could do that. You could go out there and read a lot of different books, a lot of different online articles, videos, whatever, and just say, I came across this is the mindset, blah, 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 put your spin and then put a link to it. As long as you give credit, those companies, that's a form of what's called backlinking. When we talk about search engine optimization, backlinking is when other people will promote and send links out to their audience that links to their stories online, which helps their SEO. So those are kind of like backlinking. You get bloggers to just, you know, use links to get people to read what's on their website, and that helps their traffic.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't want to just copy and paste, but you have to put your spin on it and give credit. Yeah.
Okay, so the newsletter that I'm going to submit an article for is a physical newsletter. And one of the things that I was hoping to do is I was hoping to drive some traffic to my free discovery calls, and I need some help from you, either getting my mindset shifted or negotiating, because this organization has been a little, they want a piece of the action. So if I get a client, they want some of that revenue. Of course, I've already paid them to be a sponsor. And
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't give them a piece. If that's what they want, I would just say no. That's not a good partner.
yeah. Well, I'm not going to continue being a sponsor after this year, but I didn't know if there was a way for me to kind of push back a little bit, because I tend to like cave really easily when somebody says, "Oh, well, we want a piece," and I just go, "Well, I don't want to give you a piece," so I disappear. But I was gonna ask if I could put a QR code in the physical newsletter for someone to book a call, which is just a free call with me, which I will at the end give them an opportunity to work with me. But I'm getting pushback from them, and I just thought it was a chance for me to negotiate and strengthen my negotiation skills a little bit. And I didn't know if you had any tips, because we originally started the year with a revenue sharing arrangement, and then we decided to go just with a straight sponsorship. And I'm glad I did, because I haven't gotten one client, which it might be me, or it might be the group that I'm in. But so if just saying no is fine, that's okay. But I'm like, why can't I put a QR code just for a free call for all of your people at the end of the year, if they haven't realized the goals that they had set out? Because this is a real estate investing association. Maybe there's things in the way that's undermining their ability to execute on certain things, and I might be able to help them with those.
Are they telling you that, or are you trying to make assumptions?
Well, no, I know it's true this year from a real estate investing point of view. And also because this organization is typically full of people that don't execute, because the people that execute don't end up staying around for long, or they put themselves in leadership roles, so they start volunteering. But there's a lot of people I don't know about other organizations, but definitely in this particular field, people spend money, people buy programs, they never use the programs, they never go, they never execute, they just keep buying. They keep thinking, oh, I need to learn more, I need to get more comfortable. And they never take the risk of actually doing a deal or analyzing a deal, or, it's scary to execute. And these are a lot of people that have full-time jobs, or, this is just their side gig. So it's kind of a standard. I know people that spend $20,000 for a program and then don't do anything with it, or they try and they say, oh, I've done everything you said I should do, but it doesn't work for me. So some of this is anecdotal information that I have. I don't have true statistics, but I've been in this organization for 8 years, so I'm pretty familiar with the membership of it.
So if you're familiar with the membership of it, then I would think that you'd have relationships with a lot of those people, right?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why can't you talk to them even without having to use the newsletter for them to book a call? And if they've known you for 8 years and they know that you're doing this, maybe if they're having a problem, why is it that they're not seeing you as a solution that can help them with a problem? So instead of maybe booking maybe you haven't done enough brand awareness yet. One of the things that you're good at, Allison, that I really like about you, but I also don't like about you, you have absolutely no problem asking for something that you want. Like you have no filter when it comes to asking for something that you want. And that is a absolute blessing. And it could also be something that completely turns some people off. You have no problem asking for it. So one of the things I would say is you're going straight for a discovery call because that's what you want. But nobody knows what you do. Nobody knows what they're going to get from you. You're part of marketing and advertising and building a brand is there's an area of the process called brand awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe you've got to provide so much value in your newsletter over time that somebody keeps reading these clearly articulated, insightful, mind-blowing ideas that you have to unlock your potential and all these things that somebody says, gosh, that's speaking to me. When somebody wants help, they're going to find a way to get a hold of you. Your contact information is going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to say, book a call with me. They're going to reach out. So instead of splitting hairs with this organization of putting a QR code, keep working on how do you write compelling enough content and have enough conversations with people in the group that positions you as an authority that gets people to unlock or whatever it is that you're going to help them do, right? If you are in front of an audience for a long period of time and they're not reaching out to you, then you're not doing something that's making them realize that they need your help.
Yeah, definitely. I have slacked on brand awareness this year with this group in particular. And yeah, so I got invited by their social media guy at the last meeting to do a little brief interview, but he invited me right in the moment, and I was like, well, let's do that next month because I got scared. So I have an opportunity at next month's meeting that I'll do a little interview, I'll do a newsletter. And, the end of the year is a good time to start looking at mindset and goal accomplishments, because a lot of people in Q4 are looking at what they didn't get done and thinking about what they want to do next.
Maybe that's what you write about, and you give suggestions on how people can do that. Like, you have in a lot of these conversations your head about what other people want and what they think they should want, but you're not talking to them.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Go talk
thank
to
you.
them. If you know all these people in this group for 8 years, I can't imagine you don't have a lot of their contact information already. So why wait for the newsletter? Why not call them and say, hey, Joe, Allison here. I'm in the group with you. Hope life is well. Last time I talked to you, you just had a kid or you were looking at this deal. I don't know if you know this, but I'm now a mental fitness coach, and I'm working with some of the members here in the real estate investment group because a lot of people are feeling the economy, they're feeling the weight of the world, it's affecting them mentally. And that's what I do as a coach, is the things I do help unlock the mental side of the real estate investing business so that you can find the right deals, transact on the right deals, and go after the goals you want. And I wanted to see if we could sit down and talk, and I can explain to you what I'm doing, whether or not you're interested in it right now or not. I just want you to know what I'm doing so that if it can help you, great. Or if you're talking to somebody else and they're going through it in life and they need help, that you know what I'm doing.
I love that. Yeah. Yeah, because I started the year as an accountability coach. And so my shift, I've had a mid-year shift into the mental fitness piece. And I know nobody knows what that is. And they probably don't even know that I've shifted because I haven't been good at getting myself out there. So I love that. I just want you to know what I'm doing. So if now's not the right time, you're aware of how I can help you. And really,
Yes.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, part of it, it could take 9-10 times of someone just seeing what you do and how you do it before they're finally going to be intrigued to maybe have a conversation about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotcha.
But you're so focused on, I want money, I want the sale, I want this, that you're forgetting to be of value and of service to somebody ahead of them paying you. You've got to get out there and let people know what you do and why what you do can help them.
Mm-hmm.
You're going, book a call with me. Well, why do I need to book a call with you? I don't even know what you do yet.
Right. Just because I'm awesome, that's why.
Yeah. How's that working out?
It's not.
Lead with value. This is what Gary Vee says all the time. You've got to lead with value in this space. May not pay the bills immediately, but this is part of the process.
Yeah. And yep.
Cool. Keep me posted. Keep asking for the sale though. I do like that about you. Just be careful. Be careful with it. We as salespeople, we have to understand our audience. Some people you can be that way with. Some people you can't. You got to really be in tune to understand the person that you're talking to, what's going to resonate with them to get them to move.
Yeah, I haven't always been good at asking. And I think part of the reason why I do it so bullishly at this point is I read a book called Women Don't Ask. And it really showed the financial implication of how successful men typically are at asking and negotiating, whereas women were not trained that way typically. And so that book kind of spearheaded me to become more courageous and really not care. But I can see what you're saying about I need to develop some mastery in there so I can be more nuanced in my asking.
Yeah. And you can always find that out by asking more questions. Is this something that you want to take care of in the next week or two? Or is this this quarter? Is this something you're looking to implement this year? What does your timeline look like? That's a real simple discovery question.
Okay.
There's a lot. If you go into the resource center in the portal, I was just looking at this article. This is a great article. If you just go into the sales category, I would read all of these articles in sales. I would keep reading more and more articles on sales, but this is a good one. 28 questions to ask on a call during the sales discovery process. A lot of people don't know what questions they should be asking to try to open up opportunity and build rapport. That's a great article. Here's a good one for you too. 9 appointment setting tips. And then, where is it? Yeah, 14 critical activities. If you read this article here, this is what all of us as salespeople, if we have a sales system, these are the critical activities that we have to be tracking on a daily basis. Prospecting, your first conversation, assessing it, the discovery process, qualifying, advanced qualifying. These are all the critical steps. And you can modify this based on your sales system, like Salon, Juan, Tyler, Joe. You guys can customize this. And then when you customize this, these are almost kind of like sales stages, if you will. You can go into your CRM and you can create your pipeline based on those sales stages. So a new lead, first, somebody responds to our advertisement on Facebook and I send them a text message, boom, I move them over here. Once they respond, I'll move them over here. Once they say they want to have a call, I move them over here. Once they complete the call, I can move them. That's part of your sales system right there. And so all of these activities are so important to kind of track where a client is in the decision-making process. So read those articles in there, Allison. Those are some great articles.
Thank you. Are you still liking that CRM you were testing out, the new one?
Oh yeah, it's great. I'm not even testing it. I'm using it.
Awesome.
I am using it. All right. Who is next? Anybody? Kate's like, I'm making more than $130 this week. I'm telling you right now.
Let me tell you, there's been a fire lit under me the last couple weeks, and like I was so mad that I couldn't even break to the 250. But good news is I've taken on a couple of prospects where I have sent out my rate. I'm waiting to hear back what they want to choose. I didn't really give them an option if they want to go with me. I said, which package do you want? And we're starting from there. But I've got my list of the trainings that I'm going to be following up with a bit more in the AO portal and taking full advantage of just, I mean, there's a plethora of knowledge in here. It's just sitting and applying it rather than doom scrolling or worrying about what's going to happen. If I'm using that energy to do that, I'm not helping myself at all. So it's just, like I said, I have a fire under me. It's going to happen.
Good. Yep, we need those $1,000 weeks coming.
Hell yeah. And
That's
let
what
me
we
tell you,
need.
I was so excited too, because I did take on a client this week, and I'm redesigning their brand for their logo because they're looking to expand and become a franchise. And so that'll create some residual income. So we'll take that, but that's a down the line thing. But I was really happy to bag that. And I've got another client who's opening a bakery, and I'm just waiting to see what package they want. So I think I'm going to be refocusing my Upwork. It's still going to be under project management, but I'm going to be adding some more like brand development in there and see if I can get some additional clients to help in the meantime while I'm getting stuff started. But if that's going well too, I may have to shift focus to doing brand development and brand kits. So, we'll see. But I'm excited. I'm on fire.
What project management softwares are you expert at?
So I'm really good at Asana. I have a lot of experience with WordPress. And like copywriting. I do have some experience with SEO, art and design, and graphic design.
So Asana.
Mhm.
So I would continue developing the skill on Asana, and you might also want to look at adding Monday.com to that. Those are the two kind of most popular.
Okay.
And there's actually another one called ClickUp that a lot of agencies use. But for companies, Asana is great if it's just a single company and they need a project management software, or Monday.com. Those are the two kind of biggest. There's also Trello, I think it's
I've
called.
heard of Trello. Yeah, I haven't gotten experience with that, but I can definitely look into it.
Monday and Asana, if you're going to do project management, be expert level on it, because you should be able to make anywhere from $40 to $50 an hour as a consultant for Asana or Monday. And there are all kinds of people, that need that kind of help on Upwork. With Upwork, as you know, you really got to be on the ball of when somebody puts out a
Oh,
bid.
yeah.
You got to respond. You have to have a great cover letter. How you respond to those things on Upwork can be a make or break. So if you ever need any help with stuff like that, let us know, because there is a lot of work out there for stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think that there's. Oops, hold on. Sorry, I don't know if it popped away for a second.
Yeah, you're locked up.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Hold on one second. Let's try that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I will definitely look into Trello as well, and be doing some
No,
more
just do Monday and Asana.
Monday and Asana. Okay.
Yep, just
All
start
right.
there. But become
All right.
master level. I mean, you want to know it inside out so you can onboard somebody. You can take a look at a package of what it would take to onboard somebody, checklists, get really good with that stuff. I helped one of our AO members last year get a project manager on Asana and all that good stuff. And she was $50 an hour, and it was the best thing for his business. So there's some good clients out there for stuff like that.
Yeah, well, and I saw too the video that you had posted about how you were helping a client to realize if she took on juniors and stuff like that. So that would definitely be a goal too, of like, I can train a team who I can maybe go out and get our leads and do our bids and get the conversation started, but I can thanks, brain. I forgot the word. Delegate, and I can give them ones that they may be better suited for and stuff like that. That would definitely be a goal of mine. But I know that's right now it's about me getting started, getting into it, and then I can go from there.
Yes, my recommendation would be to stay focused on one thing and be the best at it. Don't try to be everything to everybody.
Correct.
That's a surefire way of being great for nobody. If you're going to be a project management expert, be a project management expert. If you can do a couple little things on the side, that's great. But go all in on project management. You should be able to make 60 to 100 grand off of Upwork just being a project management. You can be an outsourced project manager for several companies, charge $1,500 to $3,500 a month per client, managing their project management with the projects. You can build a great small business from that.
Yeah, I definitely see the potential. And the nice thing too is like every time I interact on a more professional level with people, I get people all the time. They're like, not like, do you want to come work for me? But they're like, where can I find 10 of you? So, I'm really excited to see where this goes. But yeah, I'm ready for it.
Good. All right, who's next? Salon, Juan, Amanda.
Been busy.
Yeah.
Haven't been out here in a couple weeks.
You back in town or you still on the road?
Still in Canada. She plays here in a little while, then I'll be back home for 3 days, and then we come back to Canada for my son next weekend.
Cool.
So, but no, it's been busy. I hit my goal for the year. Obviously, like I posted in the Flex Friday, which is pretty cool. Didn't think I would even come close to it. So I hit that goal. Been not focusing, been lack of focus lately. Past few weeks, just kind of been downright lazy. Just getting over the mental hurdle of being, I guess, kind of burnout with everything going on. Just not even business, but work and then kids and everything, just everything going on. So trying to get over that hurdle. But I did meet with one of the small business development places close to me. It's a free resource at the college there, and they looked at my books and everything, and I got a goal of July 1st of next year to finally leave the main job. So we'll see how that goes.
I love your turtle place, Salon.
The what?
I love your turtle pace.
Well, part of it is because some
Well, no,
financial benefits.
I got all these written down. Do you want me to give you the whole list of
No.
excuses?
The main thing,
I got them all written down.
the main thing is my stock with that company. It's going to go up again in April, quite significantly from what we're hearing. So it's kind of dumb to leave before then.
I got that one on here too.
But I at least got a date that I'm shooting for. So I'm shooting for the end of June. So it'll be July 1st. I could be gone.
There you go. Better late than never.
Yep. We'll see how it goes.
You'll try.
Yeah. Yep. I'm not going to say it, but yeah.
You'll do your best. You'll do your best. What you got going on, Juan?
It has been a roller coaster for the last 3 weeks, positive and negative. As you know, I deal a lot with customs, and it's always like a lottery. Freight can be released within hours, or sometimes can take a week, and it's nothing you can do. So your plans go out of the window just like that. And the last couple of weeks has been good. I don't know, you saw the Flex Friday. That's a positive thing because I knew that we can manage more than we were doing in production wise. And that's good. That's good. I know that the people I have are responsible, and if I need them, they come through. And now I am in the stage of delegating some of the stuff for one of them. As you know, I have an Etsy Etsy shop, which is just little things. It's not bringing much. It's maybe 400, 500 a month to one person. So Arcelina is going to be in charge of whatever we do in Etsy. She's going to be doing it, and I don't have to be involved in that. Just besides the design, I had to do the design, but after that, she's going to do the products and do everything. And I have another, no, it's the same shop, but it's another website where you can sell as a wholesale. It's called fair.com. Do you know them?
I've heard of it.
Okay, I'm part of that too. I put some of the products there, see what happened, and we got an order already from there. I don't like the cotton they have. They take 25% of the sales. But it's another source of revenue that I exploring.
I thought that the majority of your revenue was working with museums.
It is 99%. But I exploring other options. I mean, since I do custom work, why not to do custom work to other stores and to persons, to people? I mean, I do design. It takes me the same time to do the design for you than to do for them. And I can charge you as an individual more.
How many museums are there in the United States?
It's over 400, almost 500.
And is there like a museum association?
Yes, I'm part of it. But well, it's actually true. It's kind of funny. They are divided by the Museum Store Association and the American Museum Association. And some of them belong to one, some belong to the other one. So it's two associations.
American Alliance and then the Museum Associations?
Yes, MSA.
Then we got Tennessee. So there's 400 museums. How many,
I mean,
and
it's
how many-
probably more than that, but the ones that actually have a store or a shop are not as many museums. In some museums, they have just like not even a shop.
Okay, so let's say there's 400 of them.
Yeah.
How many are you doing business with?
Over 80.
80?
Yeah.
And is there more opportunity with the other 320?
Like I said, some of them don't have any custom work. Some of them has used the shop with the standard products, then don't need to come as customization.
So you don't have any opportunity with the other 320 museums?
I always have opportunity anywhere. You want to ask me that?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, what I would be doing is be doing this. I would, as part of my relationship with the Museum Association, do you get a list of all of the museums as part of being a sponsor of the association?
You had to buy it, yeah.
Okay, so I would buy that list and I would bring all of them into my CRM here. And I would tag them, like if Lamont was a museum, I would come in here and I would tag, where is it? Yeah. I would add a tag, part of the American Museum Association, and I would add that tag, even though that's going to be the majority of your contacts. And I would start, if you have an email associated with it, I would put the emails into Klaviyo, and I would develop a weekly email strategy going out to all the museums, just like when Sharper Image back in the day and all these magazines would just send out all the products, 4Imprints, all these companies send things out every single month, catalogs. I'd be sending out emails to every single association member once per week or once per month so that I'm in front of them all throughout the month. And then I would be picking up the phone and I would have my opportunities here. I'd create a pipeline. I'd be like, when you import all of them in here, I would have them all as leads, but then I would go in and I would pick out the 80 members that I'm already working with, and I would take them out of this specific opportunity pipeline. So you might call this pipeline, new, and then you can have another pipeline called existing clients. And I would have all of the 320 that you're not doing business with start out right here. And then I would start picking up the phone and calling each and every single one of them. And once I got a hold of them, I'd move them over to connected with client. And then I would start to, when I'm in here with a client and I'm talking with XYZ client, I might create an opportunity. If I say, oh, well, this person wants me to go ahead and send them a catalog. You know, in this, I'm not going to walk you through it this right here, but you would create an opportunity that says, hey, this person wants me to send them a price list. This person's interested in this. And I would start working them. This is where I'd be spending my entire week. My entire month would be in this opportunity pipeline, calling those 320. That's where every ounce of energy of my day would go. Etsy's a waste of time. All of these, fair waste of time. You've got 320 museums to do business with, and all you got to do is pick up the phone and work that pipeline. What prevents you from doing that?
Nothing, not doing it. I mean, I do a mail every week. I send an email. It's just nothing.
How many phone calls are you on with those 320 that you're not doing business with every week?
I do some phone
Not
calls.
enough. We know. We know the answer. I'm just saying, this is where your focus has got to be, Juan. Like, you're doing business. You're already doing business with 80 of the 400. You're a great vendor for that organization. If you called up every single one like you do and been like, hey, Joe, Juan over here at Custom Museum Products, blah, blah, I've been a member. You know, I'm doing business with this museum, this museum, this museum. And I want to get your business. What can I do to do some business with you? And you start really building those relationships. If you just go, you more than will double your business just within the museums. Is there anything that makes you think that there's not more opportunity than just
it's less
the 80 that you're working with?
customization. Like I said, it's less customization. They are customizing less products than before.
What do you mean by customization?
I do brand. I mean, for example, we have an exhibition at the Houston Museums, the Fine Arts Museum of Houston, and they have the exhibition started October 27th. So they come to me and they ask me, what products can we do with these images? They send me the images and I do like a full catalog. Okay, we can do this, that, and that. And then they pick 4 or 5 products for the exhibition. They buy it during the exhibition. And then when the exhibition is gone, I had to do another exhibition.
I'm not following you. Like, I'm losing.
Let's for example, Gauguin. We had the exhibition in Gauguin. And what I do is all the products in base of this exhibition, which is going to last for 6 months or 3 months, with the images that I have from Gauguin, or they send me from Gauguin. When you go to a museum, you have it.
When you say an exhibition, I'm trying to understand. When you say an exhibition, this is the museum is doing an exhibition in their museum of something.
Yes.
They give you images and they say, what can we take some of these images and put them on to sell product?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's not like I do random products. It's focused on the exhibitions that they have or the paintings that they have.
Okay. Because they want to sell products based on the exhibition. So
Yes.
you're limited by how many new exhibitions or repurchases of merchandise, right?
I'm limited on the freedom I have from them. What images
How far in
can we
advance do you know when a new exhibition is coming up at a new museum?
That is something I always hate because they usually between 3 to 5 months, but we don't have the images or anything. We are not free to do anything probably 30 days before the exhibition.
Right.
But they know, and they can actually.
It feels to me like you're not there's. It feels to me like there's not you don't have a deep enough relationship with enough of the museums that your pipeline is always so full.
Why do you say that?
Well, because just by the nature of each time we do one of these Zooms, it's always like one client here, or you're waiting for one thing, where if there's a bunch of them coming in, it's not that big of a deal if you're waiting for one.
Well, it's not like small things. Each exhibition is like between 6 to 7 products. It's a lot of process in there. It's not just like I can do it in 1 hour.
No, I mean, I get that.
And it's a lot of restrictions too in their side. That is not an excuse, but when you deal with art and artwork, you need to get a lot of permissions too. It's not just like I want to do this and let's do it.
No, I get. I mean, I'm not.
I'm not
talking about
pushing
that
you
part.
back. I just try
Yeah,
to
yeah. No, I
make you
know.
understand
I'm
what.
talking, but I'm just feeling like there's a lack of volume going on as far as number of clients.
Like I said, it's just to try to explain to you, and that's why we are here. The customization is less and less. Like, for example, somebody has an exhibition, and instead of doing custom products, they just buy products that they believe that are going to be selling the store, without name, without images, just a candle, for example, and they put it in the store.
Right.
It's becoming more like a boutiques.
And you don't want that business.
Sorry?
And you don't want that business?
I don't have the I mean, I haven't had the option to create products that I can sell without customization, because that's what I've been doing forever.
Where are they buying those products from?
From China or for other companies, I don't know. I mean, it's like books. It's a lot of books too. They get in more books. They get in.
So you want to, your business is when a museum is going to have an exhibition and they want to create merchandise for that exhibition, that's your company.
That's what we do, yes.
And you're limited by the number of new exhibitions that happen per year of those 400 museums.
Pretty much, yeah.
How many new exhibitions from museums out of those 400 museums, how many exhibitions were launched this year?
I don't know the number right now, but
maybe a guess. Just take a guess.
I would say 30, something like that.
So out of 400 museums, there were 30 new exhibitions released this year.
Right.
Just a guess. How many of those 30 did you do the custom merchandise for?
Probably 20.
Okay. And so there's how many competitors to you are there out there?
It's not a lot. It is probably, the last trade show was less than 50 companies, and they do stuff like that.
So out of 30 museums, there's 50
exhibitions.
companies what you do, and you got 20 of them. And out of the other 50 companies, they only got 10 combined.
Well, it's not that they don't get any. It's like they buy 20 at least bought products from me. We create products for them. But the other companies, they may do socks and stuff that I don't do.
Oh, so they do different things than you do.
Different products, yes.
It's like pulling teeth with you. I'm trying to get to what you do here.
It is complicated. It's like, it's hard to explain this to, but I do. But it's a very niche market. It's a very tight market. It's like.
So, is there more opportunity than here? I mean, are you sensing what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to figure out a way for you to grow, and I'm left with absolutely no idea, just like Justin, of how to help you guys grow. And you have no fucking clue what to do to grow. It's like you guys are born from Walmart. This is just what we always did. This is just what we always do. It's so fucking frustrating. Like, where is the opportunity to grow?
That's what I,
Like,
that's
I
what I
look at
mentioned.
you and
I
Justin,
had,
you guys are both fucking so good at what you do, but not growing. Something has to change. Like, what can change? And I'm trying to just pull out of you what
Okay.
can change
That's
that
what
you
I
can stop
exploring.
fucking
That's
being
exploring.
mediocre and grow and quadruple and 10x your business.
That's what I hear. That's why it's explore.
I know, but just listen to me. Just showing up and being here isn't getting it done. I want to work with you to figure out what opportunities
All right,
there
let's
are.
work
But every
together.
time I ask you a question, you always go, well, I'm limited by this. I'm limited by that. Okay, well, if you're always limited, how do we get past that?
That's the question.
Can I maybe chime in here really quick? Because I think Sean like touched on a really good point. When it comes to relationships, I looked it up, there's 35,000 museums in the United States. The exhibits that they have are about 2 to 4 per. And if you built that relationship, they just would know who to call.
Right.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Another, oh,
Go ahead.
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if I were in your shoes too, I know a really big trend right now, especially with how social media is traveling exhibitions. If there's a way to get in contact with the companies that are in charge of coordinating that kind of trail, then you're not just like fitting one exhibition. You would be following along with those. I know those are probably a little more niche to get into, and you probably have to find someone that to network with. But I feel like that might not be a bad idea because then that's going to add consistency. And then when they go and build a new traveling exhibition, you might be able to get that in on the next round and get ahead of that stuff as well. So you're not just dealing with the museum, you could be dealing with the companies that are actually like doing and hosting the exhibitions in their essentially venue space.
I do business with one of them, the Van Gogh exhibition and the Titanic. But thank you.
I think that you're just not spending enough time with enough clients, Juan. You need to be networking and talking with 10 times the number of accounts that you're ongoing talking with. And there's got to be a pipeline of forecasting. Hey, Joe, when is your next exhibition? Oh, the next exhibition is July of 2025. Cool. When do I need to reach out to you next year so that I start working with you on which products you want to choose? And you've got this annual calendar, perpetual annual calendar going on of knowing every fucking exhibition in the entire fucking United States that's happening at every fucking time, and you know when you need to be talking with them to put in the orders. There can't be only $300,000 or $400,000 of business in your space. They're buying the product. They're buying, aren't these millions, these 35,000, that's even more than with the 400, but I can't imagine in that entire space of museums that they're only purchasing $300,000-$400,000 of product a year in that space.
No, they do more than that.
Not with you.
Okay.
Yeah, like why aren't they doing more with you? I'm telling you, you're not asking for it and you're not building strong enough relationships. That's it. There's got to be an ongoing all the time. If there's 30, I mean, I don't know if there's 35,000, but God, if there's 35,000, just imagine how many that you're missing out on. But even if there's 400, there's more business than $300,000. Every minute that you're taking away from building a relationship with those clients and those decision makers, I would be talking with them almost every single week or month to know when those decisions are going to be made. Every bit of energy you put towards Etsy or anything outside the relationship of museums,
That's the
until
key.
you have completely exhausted every opportunity, I would be going deep, deep, deep into the museums. And if there are products that they want, I want them coming to me and saying, Juan, we buy this from you. Can you do this for us too? And I'd be like, yes, yes, sir. And I'll figure out a way to get it, do it. I feel like you have just pigeonholed yourself into this is what I do and this is all I can do, right? That's what it feels like. And if that isn't what you're trying to say, then work on your communication. Because that's what
I
I'm
need to
hearing
work
is that
on
you've
communication, yes.
pigeonholed yourself into this very small thing. It's like I would think that with a company like yours, you would first be the first account executive and you'd call all these museums. But once you get it to 300,000-400,000 that you've got it to, you got to hire a salesperson, and their whole job is they are the account executive for the American Museum Association. And their job is to go out there and expand the revenue opportunities of all of those museum businesses.
And when an exhibit happens, they know exactly who to call. They just,
Yeah.
you're so good. They're just like, oh, we use him every year.
Yeah. And you want to get in front of all of it. Like what got me with Marriott and Hilton, all them, I was up there at their headquarters every quarter, meeting with them going, what's next? What computer, where are you going to put a computer next? Shouldn't we put a computer in the concierge lounge of all your full service Marriott hotels? What new technology, what new feature? I want to be in front of my competition. I want to know every exhibition that's in the pipeline. They know that stuff months and months and months, if not years in advance, right? And I want them working with me and me knowing when that's going to launch and what are all the products that I can sell them. There's just not enough conversation going there, Juan. I'm telling you. That's where all the energy's got to go, brother. If you don't deepen those relationships, how are you going to grow? Like it breaks my heart to listen to you say, yeah, I got stuff on Etsy. I don't care if it's an hour a month or 10 minutes a month. What could be worth $500 of sales per month in your business? That's a distraction. That's not a revenue opportunity, dude. You want to be going after key accounts, relationships, bigger purchase orders, expanding the products that you're selling to your existing clients, building the relationship where they're coming to you and saying, you are so good. You are such a good vendor to us. Can you not do these other things for us too? That's how you're going to grow. Do you not like talking to the customers at the museums? I mean, is that something that you just don't like doing, or do you really enjoy doing that?
I like to do work for them, yeah.
Do 10
Talking is
times
something that they do less and less. It's hard for them. I mean, it's no excuse, but it's more emails.
And it's dude, people, let me tell you something right now. People love fucking talking to people that they like and they enjoy spending time with. If they're not talking to you, you're the fucking problem.
All right.
Okay? People love getting on the phone with people that they love doing business with. I'm telling you, 100%. If they don't like getting on the phone with you, we have to work on ourselves. I'm telling you right now, I hate talking to people. Ask anybody who knows me. Like I hate small talk. I hate all that stuff. But people pick up my phone calls. Build the relationships. I'm telling you, man, there is 10 times the amount of business with these museums that you're not tapping into because you're not building these relationships. The largest museum that you do business with, how much revenue is it a year?
60,000.
60,000. Do you have a spreadsheet? If I were you, here's what I would have. And I don't know if you have this yet. This would be a good spreadsheet for you. Let me show you what I would have if I had your business. Here's what I would do. Bear with me because my typing is not the best. So I would have ABC Museum, XYZ Museum. Okay. I would create a spreadsheet like this. I would be like, contract date. When did I first sign my contract with them? Who is I would want the first name, last name. And this is simple. You could do this in a CRM, but I would have an Excel spreadsheet with this too. Email, phone number. I would have, and then I would have, let's see, how would I do? I'm going to think about this.
I have in QuickBooks. I can.
Nope. I don't want any QuickBooks. Just give me a second. Let me think about the way that I would do this. Let me think about this. I want to look at the revenue month over month per client. I mean, you could do it this way. This might not be the way that I would do it forever, but so I would track it like this. Every single month I would put their revenue in here. January, February revenue, March revenue of all 80 museums that I do business with. And I would start looking at trends of who are my top 10, 20, and the people that I'm doing a certain amount of revenue per year with, man, I would create. Do you have any type of gifting program with your company? Like where you send gifts to your clients?
At the end of the year.
Okay, that's definitely not enough. So there's a website and a book called Giftology. Read through this website and understand the power of gifting, okay? Read this website. Any clients doing a certain threshold of business, so I would be like, here's my 80, and I might want to track it down of the highest revenue clients, are here. And I might always have a cumulative or just a year to date here. And so if this was 1,000 and this was 1,500 and this was 2,500, I might just automatically sum it out to where it just automatically calculates. And every time I add a new month here, it might be, 1,250. I can set it up to where we just automatically update this. So I always know my year to date by client. This is called a dashboard. This is called a key performance indicator dashboard. This lets me know at all times how much revenue I have from each of my clients, and ones that are my best clients. I want to be getting to know the point of contact so well. I want to know if he's a wine drinker, a bourbon drinker, a hunter, a pickleball player, likes to read books. What are his hobbies? And I want to send that guy a gift every so often, at a minimum every quarter. And be, hey, Joe, I know you love pickleball, man. One of my buddies just sent me this pickleball book. I thought that you would love this book. That's relationship building. That person is going to want to pick up your phone call every time you call him. He's going to want to talk to you, right? You might in your CRM, you got Joe in here in your CRM. That he loves pickleball, right? I'm just using this as an example. So Joe loves pickleball. So I might go out there and find a video, pickleball meme, right? There's a ton of pickleball memes, right? So I might just grab one of these memes, download it, right? Or even this article right here, 27 pickleball memes. And I might be like, boom, boom. And I might send Joe a message here and be like, hey, Joe. I can't do it on Lamont there, but if I go into, come on, computer. Why is it not letting me find the right one I'm looking for here? So if I go into Joe's thing here, since I have SMS and email already synced up in my CRM, I could be like, hey, Joe, I know you love your pickleball. Thought you would get a laugh out of these. Right? And then just send it to them. This is called drip marketing. This is quintessential to relationship building. Everybody raise your hand if you've ever gotten a text or an email from me with an article or a social media video or something. Raise your hand if you've gotten something from me. Everybody. Do you like it when I send it to you? Sure. Why? Because I'm thinking about you. Because I know what's important to you.
Makes me feel special.
Ask yourselves, all of you, how often are you doing that for your clients? I guarantee you it's not a fuck enough. That's relationship building, Juan. That's relationship building, Allison. It's not just asking for the sale. It's let me provide some value to your life so that we have a great relationship. Right?
And one that will give you a leading KPI indicator, because then you'll know, like, every October, every September, and every April, this particular guy, you know that they're doing some sort of exhibition
Yeah.
when you build that relationship.
That's the stuff that deepens the relationship so that people call us and say, I got a project coming up. You see the difference of proactive relationship building and reactive? It's the problems that you speak of, Juan, and I'm not trying to beat you down here. I'm trying to fucking get you to grow. That's why you're here.
Right.
We talked about this calling museums 4 months ago. We talked about this list building and doing this 4 months ago. This is how you're going to double your business. After you double your business, then we can tackle what the next stage is. But I'm telling you, instinctually, as an entrepreneur who's been around the block, there is double the amount of business in those 400 museums. There's double.
It is.
If you just go out there and work the relationships enough. I would love the problem to be, hey, Sean, I called 10 museums last month, and one of these museums wants to see if I can do this for him. You know, and I got to figure out a solution. I'll be like, cool, that's a great problem to have. You're a problem solver. We become problem solvers to our clients. When we solve our clients' problems, guess what? They want us to keep solving more problems. And what comes with us solving those problems? Cha-ching, money, revenue. When we become that client that they call because they go, I got to call Juan. I know he can make this happen. That's when you start getting a serious amount of business. Right, Jessica? You experienced that with your clients. I know Jessica can do this. I'm going to call her. That's the good problem to have. And if you had more revenue coming in, then you could hire more people to do either selling for you or the customization, one of the two. But you've got to bring in more revenue so that you've got the next level of money and cash flow to hire somebody that can facilitate the growth. You've been doing this for fucking 80,000 years, dude. It's time to grow. Just like Justin, my frustration isn't with Justin. It's not with you. It's I'm frustrated for you. Like, it frustrates me seeing you guys being so good at what you do that you're not growing. Are you in the wrong business? The wrong product? It's something. But for yours, I know there's more opportunity. You're just not making enough phone calls, man. Does that hurt to hear? I hope so.
It is. It is.
Sean,
That's
can
my
I ask
job,
some-
man. My job is to make sure that you guys see what we see on the other side when we just talk. I care about you enough to tell you that that's the problem. You're not making enough phone calls and you're not building enough relationships. I just know it.
I hear you.
And if you can't figure out a way to do it, you either got to hire someone to do it and get a salesperson to do it, or dude, like, I'm not even joking. There's no reason for you to be an AO. If you're not here to grow, man, and you're not here to change your life, what are we doing here, right?
Right.
I know you're a passionate guy. I know you got the fight in you, and I know you don't want to give up, but you're giving up on yourself when you're not calling 50 of those museums every single week and just checking in. You're just hurting yourself, man. You should be calling 50 museums every single week. Steve Wallman, who I helped get a job with Stephen Davis, who's one of the mentors in the group, he's making 100 calls a day. I'm just asking you to call 50 a week. You do that and you're going to make more money. I just know it. And the thing is you know it too, don't you? You know, if you called 50 museums a month, you'd make more money, right?
Of course.
Cool. So there you go. Do it. Is there any reason why you can't do it?
Well, it's not an excuse, but it's like I said, it's designing and doing stuff for one customer is time consuming too. It's not just I have 8 hours.
Do you
in a
have to
day
be on the
for
phone?
making
Do you
phone
have to
calls.
be on the phone with your customer when you're designing?
No,
So you can design at night and on the weekends.
I do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So during the day, you can be on the phone making phone calls. That doesn't interfere with all of this hard work of designing that you need to do.
I say it's not an excuse.
Well, that's the excuse you're giving me.
Well, it's not meant to be an excuse.
Well, what do you call it?
I just trying to explain to you my day.
I got you, but I just overcame that problem like in 2 seconds.
All right.
Do you mean to tell me that you can't find 2 hours in a day that your clients are in their office that
I'm
you
not
can
saying
pick
that.
up the phone? That's, how many people heard him say that? You didn't use the words, but what's so funny?
No, it is. It's like I tried to explain to you, and I say it's not an excuse, but you keep telling me that it's an excuse. That's
Well, what do you want to call it? I can't make the phone call, Sean, because customization takes a lot of work and a lot of time. I can't make the phone calls.
I will make time to make phone calls.
Jessica, is this hitting home hard for you? Because you're the queen of this.
It's resonating all up in it. Yeah.
Can you guys see when someone is in their own fucking way? Can you see how easy it is to see? And he doesn't even see it. It's easy when we're looking at somebody else and going, gosh, they are so in their own way. So many of you go through that where you're in your own way, Kate, for 3 months, right? You guys are in your own way and you just don't even see it. You've gotten so good at making excuses for what you can't do that it prevents you from doing the things that you should do.
We become experts at arguing for our limitations.
Yes. Well said. Well said. You are really good at that, Juan. Congratulations. You're an expert at fighting for those limitations you're putting on yourself. And this is all said with love, brother. And Tyler, this is you too, brother. You are way fucking better than working a full-time job for someone else and not doing your own thing. You're
Yeah.
way better than that. You're a smart fucking guy. You're young, you're aggressive, you're passionate. You should absolutely be working for yourself.
Mhm. Yep.
And take try out of the vocabulary.
Yes.
Yes, we'll do.
Exactly. Good. I think there's a big saying that good is the enemy of great. We all just have to say, what is our desires that we have? Are we tired of being sick and tired and being in the same place year after year? And we want something different? Or are you at the level that I am mentally, not financial, but mentally, where I go, I'm good. I like my life exactly the way it is. I'm not trying to build another $1 billion company or $20 million company. I love the lifestyle I have. I'm not looking to conquer the world anymore. And that's okay. If you say, I'm fine with the revenue I make, the work that I do, the time I have with my family, that's the most important thing. But if we're not, and we do want to grow, then we have to grow. We have to let go of the things that we're doing currently because we're already experiencing those results. We don't have to grow to do the same thing. I just magically make the assumption that you guys are here to double and triple and quadruple your businesses and make more money, so that someday you don't have to work. So I'm going to operate off of that mode to push you. So, and all of it comes from love. If I didn't care, it's like I said, if somebody didn't care about you, they never get mad at you. They never hate you. They never, the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. So if I didn't care about you, Juan, I would be like, cool, Juan, glad things are going well, man. You have a good day, man. But I care about you enough to call you out on your bullshit. And those are the type of people you want in your life to push you. We all need that. We all need that.
It's just the base principle of iron sharpens iron.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So time management is a thing too, Juan. You can go into, I don't know if you do this. I was taught a long time ago to go into Outlook here, and you can do this on Google Calendar, but you can say to yourself, let me try to get somewhere in the future where the month this doesn't have appointments. So let's say if I'm looking at actually, these are all just set things, but you can color coordinate your calendar so that if you say, I know the best time to call museums is from 10 o'clock to 2 to 3 o'clock, from 10 to 3, those are the times that my clients are there. Then I'm going to color coordinate this time right here. Well, let me edit it. Okay. And I'm just going to call this prospecting time. And you might say to yourself, Juan, to give yourself time to prospect, customize, accounting, etc. You might say every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, no distractions, I'm on the phone, right? And I'm going to put that as red time. That is like high priority, red time. And then from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, this is going to be my customization time where no distractions. I'm working with clients and I'm doing customizations. This is called time blocking. And I promise you, if you looked at your calendar and you said, I'm going to start living and dying by my calendar, and I'm going to commit to 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 hours a day, doing nothing but calling my clients and following up, talking about exhibitions, talking about the future, finding out their hobbies so that I can gift them, just building relationships, nourishing relationships that you're gonna be able to find and make the time to do that. So just create that in your calendar and live and die by your calendar. You can do that in Google Calendar or Outlook. I use Outlook.
Right.
But once you start blocking that time, you'll see how much you can get accomplished. But I would gather.
I see that's a problem of mine. That's one of the main problems that I have. And it's
Yeah, you're not thinking strategically with your time. You're like, what needs to be done here? Oh. It's like a deer in the headlights. Oh, what's here? Oh, this. Oh, that's a surefire recipe for disorganization or unorganization. Right? So if you focus on time blocking, that I'm going to pay attention to all of these issues during this time, these issues during this time, etc., you'll get a lot more done. You'll be much more productive. But the prioritization has to be on every single week. I'm going to make a certain amount of activities towards prospecting and creating more opportunities. That's what's missing in your day. You do it when you start thinking about, I need to make some sales, I need to make some money.
right.
Think about it strategically. All the activities over time of nurturing the relationships, sending out emails, sending gifts. Hey, Joe, I don't need anything from you. Just want to let you know I appreciate working on that exhibition last year. I still get people that, talk to me about it. Don't forget about me when you hear the next exhibition is coming up. By the way, I don't know if you know that I also do this other stuff for the museum shop too. So if there's ever anything I can do, man, I'd just love to be here as a resource for you. Hope you have a great day. They remember stuff like that.
And something that's been super helpful for me too is because I have ADHD and I'm like sporadic all over the place. I'll time block, and if something comes in that does not affect things strategically, it doesn't come in. It's on a list, and if I'm time blocked, that's the only thing that I focus on.
Yeah. Sometimes we just treat certain things like they're fires, but they're not fires. We just treat it like a fire just because we're in that mode. Okay, so try that maybe the next week, Juan. How can you today look at your calendar and say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and time block 2 to 3 days this week for 2 to 3 hours, and I'm going to call down my list of clients and start just getting in touch with everybody. Remember, it doesn't always have to be, Allison, hey, you got any business for me? Right? It could just be, hey, Joe, I was reading an article, the Houston Museum came up, thought about you, just wanted to call and say, hey, man, see how everything is going. And then just let them talk.
Or did you see that pickleball championship?
Yeah, right? Sometimes it's just to talk, build the relationship. We don't call our friends and family and go, hey, we're always asking for a sale. Sometimes people just want to talk to us because they like us. And the more we get to know our clients, the more we have to talk about. Jessica, what's up? You can see your hand raised.
So 2 things. The first thing is that with what you were talking to Juan about just drip marketing. So just a suggestion to Juan, like you have to remember that the people that you're working with everybody sees so much stuff every day between social media and their email and TV and kids, that you have to stay in front of them all the time so they don't forget about you, right?
Yes, very true.
Yeah, like you almost have to be annoying without being annoying. Because then they'll think of you, like Sean said. So I love that idea. Thank you. I just wanted to share that because I don't think that a lot of people think how much we all see every day. So you could be very easily forgotten.
Right.
We like to think our customers always go, oh yeah, I'll just always call Sean when he's ready.
Yeah.
We like to
Yeah.
think that. They've got so much other stuff they're thinking about. And if one of your competitors is calling more than you, the competitor might time it more perfect that they're going to get the business, right? So that's a great point,
Yeah.
Jessica. Thanks.
So the other thing that I was going to ask you to touch on or throw your 2 cents in about is when you're time blocking and working on your calendar to say, okay, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., I'm making calls or whatever you're doing in these specific blocks of time. How is the best way to handle something that pops up? So from 8 to 10, you're trying to stay focused in this block of I'm doing A, B, C, X, Y, Z. And then, your kid texts you or a call comes in or something, just a distraction comes in. How do you say, no, not right now? And
Turn
you
your phone off.
without being rude, I'm trying to.
So you can turn your phone off. You can turn your phone off. You can turn your emails off. Right? That's one solution.
Okay.
The second solution that is, it's one thing to say, okay, like I'm very customer service driven. So I do like, if customers calling, I want to be like, hey, I want to take care of them right away. But let's just say, for instance, for you, Jessica, you're on a roof and you're working up on a roof for an hour and your phone is in the truck during that hour and a customer was trying to call you to get a quote or do whatever, they would still be fine. We have a lot of people have gotten into this thing of, if my phone rings, I have to pick it up. If somebody sends me a text message, I got to send a message back right then. If somebody emails, I got to send a message back right then. People do love quick responses, but people understand that, they don't always are going to get a response in 2 minutes. We impose that belief that we have to do it because we're trying to be responsive to our clients. If it takes an hour or two to get back to somebody, if it's not an emergency, they're going to be just fine. If it's an emergency, people are going to let us know. They're probably not going to email or text. They're going to pick up the phone and call. They're really going to get a hold of us. They're going to say, hey, Joe, hey, Jessica, I really need to talk to you about something. Call me back as soon as you can. And that's okay. As a small business owner, when it's just you, to go, okay, I'm going to break my time block for this. That's one of the problems with being a solopreneur. Because if you had a company with account executives and people working for you, then you could have somebody else available at all times to do stuff like that. But the point being, take care of it real quick and then get back to work. Take care of it and get back into your time blocking.
Yeah, I feel like for me personally that there's a lot of distractions and I feel like I'm that deer in the headlights like you were talking about. So one of the things that I'm working on is being more focused to not be so scattered and be more strategic. So I just wanted to hear what you had.
Turn off your phone. Turn off your phone.
Okay.
For you, it's just that easy. Just turn off your phone. Listen, if something if something emergency happens in a 2-hour window of your life, there shouldn't be anything in your life that's going to get destroyed because you can't return somebody's phone call in 2 hours.
Okay.
Or you can put it on do not disturb, but then allow your daughter's text message to come through. You can set it up to where your phone can do not disturb everybody except for certain contacts.
Okay, thank you. I didn't know that.
Now you do. Now you do. Oops. All right. Feel like I need a drink now.
Great meeting today, Sean.
Huh?
Great meeting. Not
No,
comfortable, but good.
I need a Caesar after that.
Yes, yes. Sunday morning Caesar.
I'm telling you. And listen, my coach, I mean, you guys think I might be brutal. My coach is fucking brutal to me. Like, I pay him a lot of money, but it's because I want someone that can see anything that I'm doing that I should be doing differently. I want to be told. It's that growth mindset. I want to be told because I love achieving. So this isn't easy to hear if you've, I take it back to the days when I played sports. I love working with people who have a sports background because they're used to being coached and told what to do and go run that lap and no, I'm not going to accept excuses and all this type of shit. I don't know about your background, but if you've never been in a situation where someone is pushing you, I'm not going to take it to the extreme like the Navy SEALs, but at some of our events, sometimes with our higher level group of AO squared, we talk about over the years, people that have been in AO for 6-7 years, and we just look at how many people quit. We sometimes joke around. It's like the Navy SEALs. We go, okay, 100 people joined. We know 80 of those people will quit in the first 30 days, 90 days. Like it's unreal. I've never experienced the level of quit in my entire life because I've never mentored and coached before. But it is amazing what people will, like you said, Allison, what people will fight for. People will fight for limitations.
Yeah,
So
unfortunately, our brain has taught us that those limitations are real, that they're true. And what we find out by working with coaches like yourself is that they're just a story we've made up about the realness of them. And if we want success.
You guys have seen my TikTok lives. How many women, single mothers, come in there and complain about being a single mother and that they can't do this and they can't do that? Well, I go to workshops and I see women on stage who are single mothers who were poverty that are multimillionaires now. What's the difference?
The difference is the ones that are successful stopped getting in their own way. That's the difference.
Exactly. Yeah. They beat their circumstances. So many people let their circumstances win.
And they surrounded themselves with people that thought bigger than they do. And, because when you surround yourself with people that think small, you can only think small. So.
Yep.
I mean, that's literally where I'm at. I'm not a single mom. I very luckily have a very supportive spouse, but getting out of the muck that is just self-pity and just, oh, this is the cards I've been dealt. It's like, no, I found a journal. My mom was clearing out their house and she found a journal that I had from when I was in 4th grade. I was 10 years old. And I literally, it's not verbatim, it's not shortened, but it literally says that the people that want to will. Like, it was a note that I read to myself. I have no context. I don't remember writing it down. In my own little 10-year-old handwriting, I put, the people who want to will. And like, the people who want more money will. The people who want more will. And so like the most won't, I will. It was just like, wow, like the tide that happened, because that journal's been in a bin in their house, in their basement for decades now. And I completely had forgotten about it. But to find that, especially the last couple weeks, where there was a lot of soul searching of, you know, not giving up on myself and knowing that if I didn't feel like I was meeting this resistance, then that would be more of a sign of I'm in the wrong direction. But because I'm hitting resistance, that means I'm growing and I'm challenging myself in the way that I needed to. And it was so reaffirming that I'm on the right path. But it's just people won't trust that those things are real or that they do, you know, they do get in their own way. And one of the big mental blocks has been getting out of my own way and trusting, you know, that especially like in AO, it's been just, I mean, getting to interact with everybody, it's very, very exposing of how limited I actually did believe of myself. And just the continued support and understanding from everybody and just it's like everybody else can see it's like you're there, you're on the cusp, you're so close. It's just getting out of my own way and trusting the process and leaning into it rather than, you know, going back to where I might have felt safe before. I don't feel comfortable there anymore, so the only way is forward. And like, yeah, it's been life changing, but it's doing that, it's surrounding yourself with the right people and going in a direction that it might be scary, but just saying, oh, you know what, to hell with it, I'm going.
Exactly. You know, I've been you guys know who Gary Vee is on social media. There's so many people I see like Gary Vee on social media, and I understand the rhetoric, but they're like, nobody fucking cares about you. You got to do it. Like, nobody fucking cares. I hate that because I hope that none of you actually feel that way, that nobody fucking cares about you, because I don't know who else you have in your life, but I care about you. So you have at least one person that cares about you. So if you ever feel like, well, nobody fucking understands me, nobody cares about me, I got to just do this myself, you're missing out on the biggest parts of AO. Like the people that came to the event last week, you see, this is, if you get involved, you're going to develop friendships and you're going to see that there are people that do care and will care. So if you ever feel that way, I'm a phone call away. I do care about you, and you're not alone. It's just, it just sickens me to think that there's people out there that don't have anybody that actually cares about them. And so it really pisses me off when I hear Gary Vee say, nobody fucking cares about your problems. That just, what a horrible life that would be, to not have anybody that cares about you. And so that's why I created AO, was at least somebody cares. You may not like me every day, right, Juan? But you'll love me. So I tell my girlfriend, I'm like, you love me though, right? You're mad at me. You don't like me right now, but you do love me, right? She's like, yes, get out of my face.
That's like Beth and Rip from Yellowstone when Rip tells her something and she's like, I love you, but fuck you.
Yeah. Beth, can we drop the crazy right now for a second, please? All right. Anything else that we've got? Does anybody not have a clear direction of what they can be doing to grow? What kind of lead generation, choosing your business model, etc.? Does everybody have a pretty clear plan of what it's going to take to grow the business? And if not, that's what we're here for. So shoot some questions in the portal or the mobile app and just let me know, okay? Juan, if you need help getting into the CRM and doing a CRM and hooking all that stuff up so that you can set up a system for yourself, you know, we can certainly do that, okay? QuickBooks is too difficult to kind of do that kind of thing. QuickBooks is good to just analyze your number and see your accounts, but the CRM can really help you manage the pipeline really well and opportunities. All right. I will see you guys soon.
Thanks, Sean.
I feel like I wish I could. I feel like I could infuse a whiff of amazing energy through the Zoom right now. That was a heavy one, but it's a good one. Hey, not
done that.
It's a good one.
You've done that.
It's a good one. All right. I will see you guys next week. Have a great
Bye.
Sunday.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Have a great week.
All right.